Ice cream. And ladies and gentlemen, now for the master designer, the czar of design, J J Vallaya.
Mr. Vallaya, just tell us about the color palette. Just talk to me. So a lot of various colors.
Yeah, it's a very neutral palette and then going from black, ivory, greys, and finally coming into red. So actually the only color in the show was red, if you notice. And that's why the stage ramp, everything was complemented. There's a reason for it, because red denotes passion and the whole collection is really revolving around a courtesan's dream. In this case, this is my courtesan.
Well covered up. And an oil.
And a very, very old friend. So, yeah.
Right, could you say something about the showstopper's outfit?
What do I say? I mean, she belongs in this. It's worked perfectly, and I think that's what matters. Eventually, a showstopper is a classic combination, the perfect example of the person in it and the outfit coming together to create an impact. And I think it's been done wonderfully.
Okay, well, this is your first time in South India. How is Bangalore treated you?
Not my first time. My first commercial collection was sold in Bangalore.
Alright.
And when I began my career 19 years back. And this is, probably one of my first media shows here. But great, lovely city, lovely weather, guys. We can live here.
Okay, tell us about, what we saw was mobile pouches, with belts on lehengas.
Mobile pouches, no, they weren't mobile pouches.
Okay, just
They're
explain us
patuas,
what
a
is
modern day interpretation of it. Generations have changed, I think. You know what a patua is? They're like small little things that people used to wear a few years back. So this was like a modern take on the same thing, and button leather.
Okay. And while comparing to other metropolitan cities' fashion, where do you see Bangalore's fashion future?
I think it's a very fashionable city, but I think you guys are still not ready for hardcore luxury. So basically everybody needs to loosen their purse string and spend a little more. The patuas we've already given. You take it up.
So,
Credit card, sorry.
your overall experience in Bangalore Fashion Week?
I've been invited. I'm a grand finale designer, and I think they've been lovely. It's a wonderful audience, and you discuss it, very responsive. And I think for any artist, whether it's me, anybody, it's very important for the audience to know what they need to give.
We were just discussing that many years ago, even before I just about started modeling when I was a little kid. JJ was like, hey, he saw me on the ramp and he's like, why don't you come and let me do a shoot for you? And that was, he was probably one of the first people who shot me without makeup, and it gave me a lot of trust and faith in myself for a designer as big as him to kind of realize that I was good for doing something at that point those many years ago. And here I am walking to the showstopper. I don't have to say that I've come a long way, but I'm glad to be walking for JJ.
While you were walking the ramp, what was running on your mind? Exactly.
Well, nothing at all. In fact, I don't I try and make it as effortless as I I can make it. It isn't the most effortless thing, I have to admit. You have a whole lot of people who keep watching you, seeing every little move, every little twitch of yours. What was running through my head, to be honest, is the fact that the city responded really well. As soon as I walked on and I stood there, I got a huge applause. And I have to say that it's just so overwhelming when people who are sitting in the audience are aware that we put in so much work and we come all the way and just so that we can make their evening, and that little applause totally made my evening. I have to be honest.
And given an option, if you were supposed to work with a male showstopper, who would you like?
A male showstopper? I did, right? He's the one who stopped the show for the day. Yes,
Well, Neha, your reaction about your outfit and jewelry work?
I loved it. I was backstage ordering, a million outfits. I was like, JJ, I want this and I want this and I want this, and I couldn't stop asking him as to which outfits I wanted. I love what I'm wearing. I think it's extremely creative to be using a copper and a gold tone with a grey. It's very, very rare. I haven't seen a combination like this. And I think what I'm wearing is absolutely legal, it's royal, and at the same time it's beautiful. It enhances me. And I hope that I can enhance this clothes as well.
Neha, how many J J Valaya's outfits do you have in your personal wardrobe?
But I have to admit that I have a few outfits, quite a few outfits, and each one is better than the other. I mean, they're worth a lot of women's envy, so I'm very proud to own that.
Tell us what's happening on the Bollywood front.
Well, I have two films releasing. One of them is called Action Business, which is with Akshay Kumar and Aishwarya Rai. It's being directed and produced by Prashad. At the same time, I also have a very interesting film called With Love to Obama, which talks about recession and all the madness that comes along with it.
There was also a movie about we were playing Hitler's wife. Is that still happening?
Oh, well, it is happening, but it's been a little bit of delay as the gentleman who was playing Hitler has changed his mind. So there has been a little delay on the project, but it is happening, and I can reassure you that it will happen.
In a nutshell, what about Leather's Pride for Bangalore Fashion Week?
What about it? I think Lender's Pride, of course, reflects the fact that it talks about luxury, it talks about good times, it talks about the fact that it's just letting out and being the person that you can be. I mean, it just talks about great spirits. And Bangalore as a city is a city with extreme amount of spirit, extreme amount of excitement as far as people are concerned. I love this city, and I mean, given a choice, if I could move out of Bombay and go to any other city in the country, it would be Bangalore. So, it's a great mix for me at least. I'm having a great time.